Welcome back to Technical Tuesdays. My name is DatsLuis, and today we're with my student Judo King, who I'm teaching from A to Z how to trade. Those videos will soon be coming, so please be patient for them. And we're here with the co-host of the day, Isaac Banks.
Yo, what's up? How's everybody doing? Let's get straight into the technicals, guys.
This is not a live stream. They can't reply on how they're doing.
Well, I hope you're having a blessed day if you're watching this. So, yeah.
All right. So basically, guys, today on Technical Tuesday, we're going to be reviewing gold. And why gold? Because Stone Cold said so. No, but actually we're reviewing gold because that's Isaac's favorite pair to trade, and he's been on an incredible win streak on gold. In Pips Nation, we went this month, we're like 20-4 on gold, 20 wins and only 4 losses, and the month hasn't even ended. We're on May 19th.
Yeah.
So imagine what you could get up to this month. You could be 30-4. Like,
absolutely. 100%.
You know, you could have a better record than Floyd Mayweather.
Endless opportunity.
Right. So essentially, the real reason we're reviewing gold is obviously because we trade gold a lot on Pips Nation, but because gold has spiking in interest in me, and the reason is because gold is about to hit an all-time high, which is very important because as soon as gold hits an all-time high, everyone on Instagram is going to talk about it. Everyone on any social media platform is going to talk about how you should have invested in gold, but they themselves have not. Yeah. They're just doing it for the clout.
Yeah.
Do I have any gold? I have a gold watch. I have jewelry, but that's as far as gold goes with me. But gold is an important commodity and metal to this world, right? Essentially, gold was used millions and thousands of years ago in exchange for different things. At one point, gold wasn't worth shit. Like, gold was worth less than food or less than salt. Now, gold is worth $2,414 per ounce. So per ounce, it's $2,414. So that means, logically speaking, let's say you bought a necklace, and that necklace weighs 1 ounce, and you bought the necklace for $2,000. Let's say you bought it 6 months ago. That $2,000 today would be worth $2,414 if you were to resell it, right? Because gold is that one metal that if you have it whole and you don't have any like diamonds or any crazy designs on it, or if you just melt it, right, you could sell it for the price that gold is worth today. So let's get started with the technicals. The very first thing that I want to talk about today is essentially how gold is about to hit the highest high it's ever had before. And with that being said, I want to talk about why is it so high. We have to understand why something is so high, because if we don't understand why it's so high, we might be getting into it too late.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because if you got into Bitcoin at its highest price, you lost money. So why isn't it the same situation with gold? That's where I want to talk about the the history with gold. The economy and the history that gold has had. So what I want to talk about is I want to go here onto the 1 day and scroll back to the year of 2022 when it was typically almost at its lowest, which was right around this area right here. So September of 2022 and October of 2022, where there was massive support. This was the support right here. What happened in that year? Do you guys know?
The president?
The presidential elections, right? And who became president? Biden. And what has happened since Biden came into office to the US dollar and to everything around the US dollar? Inflation. It's one word. Inflation. So everything around us is gaining value besides our US dollar. And if the US dollar loses value, right, what happens to metals and commodities? They go up, gain value, right? So with that being said, back in 2022, gold at its lowest price was at 1,621. Fast forward today, you see that gold has been very bullish towards the upside, and it's at 2,414, meaning that over the last 2 years, there has been incredible gains and movements in gold. But it also shows that there's been incredible losses of value in the US dollar. Or I worded that wrong. Let me fix my shirt. I'll restart from the US dollar. But it shows there's been incredible losses in the US dollar. Losses in terms of the value of the US dollar has gone down significantly. Because we understand that if the dollar loses value, gold rises. So and gold has risen. Always.
So it's going down or goes up?
Yes. Okay. So with that being said, with us understanding that the US dollar lost value and gold has risen value, we understand now that gold is at its highest point ever. When we scroll into this and zoom in, and let's go on to like the 4-hour chart and just probably zoom out a little bit. But right here around this area, we see that gold is at the highest price it's ever been. Right here, it was at the same price. Right back here, it was actually at the highest price.
Yep.
Right? And those two things right there are called wicks. This right here, marking it out. It's called wicks. Wicks leave a story. The story is very simplistic. It's where buyers tried to buy but failed on buying, and sellers took control. But if we understand that buyers tried to buy previously back then, what does that give us in the future? What idea does it give us? It gives us the idea that buyers are going to probably try to buy again.
Yeah.
So fast forward, this was April of last month. Fast forward to this month. What are buyers trying to do now? Trying to buy again.
No.
Yeah, trying
So you can
to follow
break
the trend. So it breaks out the previous highs.
So with buyers trying to buy again, what do you guys think is going to happen? Do you guys think that gold's going to continue up? Or do you guys think that buyers will fail on buying because everyone recognizes that it's at the highest price ever and get out of it?
For me, I think it's going to happen that it's going to reject that and maybe then break the last high. But I think it's going to reject it. Not to continue go up.
I believe if the daily continues bullish like it is right now, or the 4-hour time frame as well, I believe gold will break the recent highs that it broke recently at 24. What was the recent high? 24.38.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it'll break 24.38 and then retrace back down again, and then break for new highs possibly if it continues to become bullish. But,
so
yeah,
we see that there's major resistance. And we're going to draw out this resistance with a trend line so it looks very nice, or a horizontal line, I'd rather say. There's major resistance here that got broken, right? We see that the market used it as a resistance point. When we draw it out, there's resistance right there, right? And then when we look at where the wicks were, we see that there was a major wick right at this area. And then we see that there's another wick right at the highest area. So when we zoom in with these two trend lines, we understand that the market is in an area where it's hitting resistance right now.
correct.
So if the market was to come back down, right, it would come into this area of support.
Correct.
And then potentially move up. But if the market were to move upwards, then it will come back down
For sure.
into this area of support to then probably go right back up. So what I like to use to determine what a market's going to do when it's almost at an area of resistance, because the market is at an area of resistance right now.
Correct.
Look at the previous wick right here. That's resistance. This is new resistance. What I like to use to see if a market's going to surpass resistance or support is cloning the previous move. So when you clone the previous move, you grab your trend line, and from the bottom to the top of the move, you draw it, and then you click on this area where it says clone. and you clone it and you grab that same trend line, you put it from the bottom to the top. And that gives me a pretty good idea that the market's going to surpass that area of resistance, but it's not going to be so strong to surpass the second area of resistance, which is this one right here. We're going to draw it out blue. It's not going to be that strong to surpass that area. We're going to draw this one green. So what I think is going to happen in the market, and I'm going to grab something called a path tool. Instead of grabbing the path tool, because the path tool on the iPad doesn't work, we're just going to grab the same trend line. Yeah. So we understand that cloning it gives us an idea of where it's going to get to. We're going to grab this same trend line.
But that's not accurate, right? It's just like...
This is all predictions.
Yes.
You're predicting what the market's going to do
High probability.
by using technicals. The technicals we're using here are technical trend lines. So what we're going to do is grab the trend line, draw it to this area, grab another one, draw it down, and then grab one last one and draw it towards the upside. That's what I believe will happen.
Why do you don't think it's going to go to the other lower line?
There's colors. Which color?
To the black one.
Why don't I think it'll come back to the black one?
Yeah.
Because of the Fibonacci level that it's going to give us right here. It might come down to it, but I believe that it's going to come down to the previous resistance, which is going to be new support.
The green one? That's what you're talking about? But you don't, I mean, for like the support, you don't get the one who's touching the more? Like for the black one, if you see back there, you see it's like more resistant in there.
No, that just means that it's a stronger support in case it does surpass it.
Okay, so you don't go with that one.
Yeah, and where's the market touching that black support? The market has never touched that black support.
No. What I'm saying is, looking like in the back, like I've seen those so many reactions from there. I assume, those reactions. I assume it's gonna support from there and then go up.
No, that just means that there was a lot of resistance there. It doesn't mean that there'll be a lot of support.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
It all really depends on how strong gold is moving. If it's very strong moving, then we're not gonna have anything happen. If it's very weak, like let's say right now it does not surpass that. If it does not surpass the green resistance, then it will definitely come back to that black line.
For sure.
If it surpasses, so these are the two probabilities. If it surpasses the green resistance, it will come and touch the blue resistance to come back down and touch green support. If it does not pass it and come down, it will come and touch the black support right here.
Yeah, 100%.
And then from there, it'll come up and try to retouch the green resistance. But that's a whole other story for next week. What we have to see is what happens right now. We have to see if it breaks upwards. If it breaks upwards, if it breaks past the green resistance, we buy. If it does not break past it, we wait until it gets to the black support, and then we rebuy. Why are we buying when we know that gold is at its highest price ever? Why are we not selling?
Because gold is always gaining value because of the dollar is losing value.
Correct. The dollar is always going to be losing value unless someone does something about it. But over the last 50 years, has any president or anyone done anything about it?
Nope.
Not
They
really.
just keep printing more money.
They just keep printing more and more and more money. Now, in the year of 2026, maybe this could change with Donald Trump, but we're in 2024. 2 years, lots of trading to be done, lots of movement to be done. I think that gold is going to continue to rise, and this is why we're going to continue to buy. Because I doubt that in the next 5 days, 20 days, the US dollar is going to gain any type of value to cause gold to go down. That's essentially why gold is going to rise and hit those areas, and that's why I think that ultimately we should remain bullish on gold. With that being said, this concludes a Technical Tuesday. Comment down below what technicals or what pairs do you want us to review next week.